Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I can't tell you how excited I am to be back at the gym climbing. You can see I'm definitely a little rusty here, but let's just dive right in. So this first problem, funny story, is actually the V4 that I thought I'd be projecting today for the video, but as you'll see in a second, I get started here and I was actually able to flash it today in the gym. So, I mean, I was honestly pretty surprised with myself. I genuinely thought that this was going to take me the whole session to work through, and I was able to somehow get it the first try. This is the hardest move here. You've got this close heel hook, and then you're trying to grab this hold, which really is not good. And from there, my height helped me a little bit. I was able to reach up, get my weight over on that left foot, and grab the top there. So there you go, my second V4 ever sent. I was so surprised, but I mean, it was awesome. Then we jump over here to this V2. This one was tough for me because it's really pinchy, and I don't know, I think as a beginning climber, pinches probably are harder holds, at least for me. I don't know about you guys, but just requires a little bit more forearm strength and just grip strength, and that was tough for me, but really enjoyed this one. I didn't want to spend too much time on it because I really wanted to project a V4 today, so I only gave it these 2 attempts here. Didn't quite get it today, and the reason is that this second to last hold is just really hard. You can see it a little bit here in a minute. It's a pinch, but it's just big, and you've got to really put some weight on it to get to that next hold. So I think I can get this one if I come back fresh, but I really just didn't want to spend a lot of my energy here when I could be doing a V4 somewhere. So this is my last attempt. So you can see I kind of Hail Mary tried to get that to that last hold. I think I needed to get my left foot where my right foot was there. Now here's Mallory. She's back in the gym and killing it as usual. She was working this V2 today. It took her a couple tries. It's just kind of weird. You're tucked away in this corner. I know I don't know a whole lot about climbing, but if I was a setter, I would have called this one a V3. It was just precarious, and none of the holds were all that great, and you're kind of tucked away in this corner. So everything was just a little more awkward. One more time.
I did it!
Okay, now let's dive into the V4. This is the reason that I named the video the hardest V4 I've ever climbed. Now keep in mind, it might not be the hardest V4 you've ever climbed, but I'm a beginner. V4s are really tough for me, and this one was definitely really tough. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first stage of this problem is really tough. You can see how many attempts it took me. Basically, the body tension and positioning required to get to that first move is really hard. Now, the reason I call this the hardest V4 I've ever tried is because every single section, every single different move is very hard for me. I'm gonna walk through each step and we'll mess around here. But first, we'll mess around here. But I was able to get phase 1 completed there. I was really excited about that. Here you can see I'm doing it again here, and it definitely felt better that time once I got that left foot over. Now, the next step, the next hard stage here is getting from this position here to that move over there. Now, currently I'm kind of thinking it's a dyno just because of the distance. Obviously, I'm very bad at dynos. But, you know, let's take a little bit of a break here and enjoy our sponsor, which is Mallory attempting a dyno that's just too tall for her. So, enjoy this moment. close, you're close. Oh, okay. A for effort. I think I could watch those clips over and over and over again. So up next is a montage of me trying to get this second part of this really tough problem. Any advice is welcome in the comments. Please help me out here. Okay, so you can see I had a lot of failed attempts there. I basically set the camera up and tried that over and over and over and over. I didn't even put all of the attempts in the video because I know that that's, boring. But once I dropped my right foot down, I was finally able to kind of just reach over and grab this hold, which was really, really hard. I was only able to do it once in the gym. Actually, I'm gonna have to go back and practice that over and over and over again. But it's just far enough and the holds are just hard enough that it is so difficult to get to that point. And then I want to point out, I tried to start from the beginning and put the whole problem together up until that point. But I want to point out the last two holds of this problem. So you can see, and also I'm getting really tired, so these are not great attempts. But you can see those two tiny holds, and I showed them earlier in the video too. Basically, once you get that little dynamic, tough move over to this next hold, you've got to somehow get up to those tiny holds, getting your weight on that 1 foothold in the middle there, and that's gonna take a lot of work. Something tells me that's probably the crux of the problem because those holds are just so hard. But, that's why we do bouldering, and I'll be back for this problem. Peace, guys.